Hi, Bo here from High Tech Investment, and welcome back to the channel where today we have some great news about the Money Tree. The Money Tree is actually joining the EXPERT4X Premium Forum. And why is that such a big deal? Well, this has been pretty much only profit retriever territory, so almost since it was launched back in September 2022. Since then, only a few other EAs has been in there, and they haven't really done too well. Money Tree, we have been testing this one since January 2023. And also here we have gone through a bit of a phase of both ups and downs. We have been analyzing results, and finally we are ready to have something coming on to the coupling service in here. And at the moment, this particular EA has got a winning rate of over 94%. Yes, you heard me exactly right. Very, very high winning percent, and we can also show all the details and data, and that's what this video is all about here today, to show you exactly what this can do when it starts the coupling service next week. So let's get into it and exactly where we are coming from here. If you are new to this particular channel, there is a coupling service. We are working with EXPERT4X here to deliver some of our signals. Most of them have been the profit retriever. And now we are basically expanding on to the Money Tree in here. And this is the EXPERT4X homepage. And at the moment, you can see they're still running a 14-day trial version. Means that after you have watched this particular video here, you can go in and get your trial and basically set up accounts. We prefer always, obviously, to start off with demo accounts, and then you can test out the signals to see if this is something for you. But let's go back just a bit further. And obviously, as I mentioned here before, we have done a range of videos here. So since we started testing the Money Tree, and this particular one here, we were trying to aim of the 18 currencies that the Money Tree is actually trading. We didn't think that that was a very good idea to have all of the currencies on. So what we did is we basically went a few years back, even though we only tested this one here since January, as I mentioned. But we use the developers' data. The developers are LeapFX. So we went in and had a look at all the data they had and basically broke it down. And we came up in this particular video here with 8 currency pairs that we believe could get the winning rate up to 95%. Now, later on, we did this particular video here because we thought there was a bit more money also to be had, not only the winning rate. And that's why also, again, we dissected the new information since that particular video here. We, again, compared it, our results up against what the developers had in there. And then we came up, so with the 10 best currencies, basically to trade with this particular EA here. And the results are stunning. Now, in this particular one, we took a couple of signals off that wasn't producing what they were supposed to do. And at the same time, we added a few more in. So basically ending up with the 10. And that is also the 10 currency pairs you're going to see here today. On the FXBlue side, there will be a few more, obviously from the early trading. Now, if you have a look at the results that we had for May, so this is the full month of what this EA could do. The low risk setting is basically not one that we're going to copy over in the coupling service here at the moment. We are only focused on the medium and high risk, and there's a reason for this, because the low risk is pretty much just the basics where it runs with all the different currencies. Only the medium and high risk is running the top 10 of our signals in here. So those are the ones that will actually pass over. So as you can see here, the medium risk actually for the month of May, $769 or 15.4%. That's a very good place for a medium risk account. And then we have the high risk, $1,458 or 29.2%. And that is definitely also a very little nice bonus to get every single month if we can continue to keep it that way. But obviously profit is one thing. Another thing is exactly what are the drawdowns, what are the setbacks, what does all the graphs and numbers show you. And that's exactly what we're going to go and have a look at here today on a couple of different platforms. So you have all the information and details that you require to figure out if this signal is actually something you should go and have a closer look at. Now, the best place to find all the details is on our website, and we are in here on the portfolio part, and you click the Money Tree, and in here you basically have all the details exactly on how the robot trades on how many different currency pairs they trade. You can see even the individual weeks are here, and then you have all the videos that we have made so far from our YouTube channel. They are basically based here, so in a nice easy overview. And also here you have the results, and we can see this is the May results I just showed you here before. We are interested in the settings that are coming down here. The normal settings is basically the baseline itself of what we have discussed before, where we are trading on the IG broker, trying the signal out. That certainly doesn't work. You have to be on the Blaze broker, so with your EA and robot. And that's also why we have 3 Blaze links here. But the Blaze link we have up here is for the 18 different currency pairs. And that is the one trading everything, so we can see which ones are good, which ones are bad. We don't really care about winning or losing so much on this particular account, because the more it trades, the more information we get on which signals are or which currency pairs is actually good, which ones are actually bad. And then we transfer all of that, including, of course, also having a look on the website itself for the developers here. And that's what you can find in the clicks down here. And we have even more links for Leap FX in here, and also using my FX book results. And those are the things that we are putting together and analyzing in one go. Now, the ones that we're going to have a look at here today is the medium and high risk. And if you're interested in the coupling service there, or just interested in trying to get the money tree out for yourself and try and trade that, these are the 2 accounts we're going to have a look at here today. But they are pretty much the same. So they've done the same trades over time, but obviously there's a difference in drawdown and profit overall. So let's go and take the high risk one, where we can see the biggest ups and downs for the robot itself. So if you click here, we go straight to the FXBlue site. The FXBlue site looks like this. You can see here up statement for link 140C. So this is the high risk one. The medium risk one is 139C. And if we have a look at it, we can see the graph itself. So that looks pretty good and smooth all the way up. And at the moment, as you can find, the balance is 6,772, pretty much 71.53. Close profit 1,771 so far. Free margin, everything. There's nothing trading. It is a demo account, as we mentioned here before, because we have only traded this one for a little over a month. Total returns for this particular account so far is more than 35%. Monthly returns has been safely calculated by FXBlue here for more than 25%. So that is a good number. Weekly returns 5.6%. And look at the winning trades in here, 94.4%, extremely high profit factor. And also you can see the amount of pips that has been taken so far, 294. Trades per day, less than 1 a day. Yes, it is not one of the most active robots, but when it actually trades, it trades nice and positive. History, 42 days. And you can see down here also risk reward. Worst day we had was $12. Worst week we had was plus 80. So both of them are plus. Worst month is 313. So I take it that is the month we're in here now. And total length of trades here, 12.8 hours. Average results, 49. So, and if we go up again here, we can see the different currency pairs that has been traded so far. As we said, there's just over 10 here. There's 11, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah. And that is obviously because we had some different ones in there in the beginning, and then we swapped them out. And they will still obviously show in this particular results. So no open orders at the moment. And if we go to stats in here, we can see that the overview again will give you the weekly returns, the monthly returns, as you saw here before, history of 42 days. You have the equity and basically no negative balances, which is quite unusual, especially for the ones that are working with the profit retriever. We're used to seeing large drawdowns of several $100s, even thousands sometimes. And obviously, if you go and have a look at the bank profits per day weekly, we can see here winning days. We have 15 winning days, no losing ones. Weeks, we have 6 winning weeks, 0 losing ones. Months, we have 2 winning ones and 0 losing ones. And then closed trades, winning are 34 and then losing is 2. and that is something to do with the way it trades, and more about that in some of my previous videos. We're not going to cover that one in this one here. Then winners again, overall 34 trades. It actually made $2,272 in here. The losers, we had 2 of them and we lost about $501. So overall trades, $1,771. That is basically what we have made so far. If you click on the day one, you can see we started 1st of May, and then you can see the days that has been trading. You'll see there's some gaps in here on the 4th and then back on the 11th. And then it had a bit of a break again, and also here. So obviously it doesn't trade on the weekends, but on top of that, there's also days where it doesn't trade. You can see here, it's traded also this particular month on the 1st, 2nd, and on the 5th, and hasn't really come back since then. But overall net profits is here. Every single time you can see it's nice and profitable. And if we have a look at the overall winners in here percentage wise, we can see that all of them are pretty much 100% until we get down to the bottom. Now these particular ones in here, if we go into the symbol, I'll show you which ones those are. So it's not something that's been traded anymore. It is basically this one here is the last one. So there's only one of the 10 currency pairs that is not at 100% at the moment. If we go over to the weekly one, again, we can see the weekly profits. The first week, the money tree has a tendency here to trade quite rapidly as soon as you start it up. And that is also the same thing. So when you are adding new currency pairs on it. So what we normally do is we just control the lot size, set it down when we make some changes, so that people don't get a heart attack from a lot of high-end trades, especially on the high-risk account. The money we made on the month, and you can see the new month is already well underway. So far it's $313, so that is pretty okay, but obviously a bit low still compared to what we had last month, but it is cashing in. If we have a look at the currency pairs that is being traded or have been traded since the beginning, and again just click on them by the winners itself, you can see the amount of trades that have been done over here. Definitely Euro Japanese is the high one. And then you can see the Aussie New Zealand down here. And that one is not being traded anymore. That was basically replaced with the other ones. So the ones we are trading is basically from Euro Japanese and all the way upwards. And Euro Japanese is the only one that is actually down at 93%. All the other ones is 100% winners. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that is the one that has the highest profit at the end of the day. And that's, for example, also why we have the Euro Japanese in here. So again, you can see there's a percentage difference overall, but it's also making the most money. It's also doing most of the trading. So that is the balance you have to try and get in when you are running the money tree. If we go back for a moment here also and have a look at the graph itself, because obviously we also want to have a look at the not only the balance in here, but we also want to have a closer look at the equity. And when we do that on the FXBlue here, you can see the red line is now the equity line. So that means that basically we started off with an account of $5,000. It is now down to 4,910, so basically minus 90. And again, we have a bit below, so also here from the equity, and then the here the equity is actually higher, and also here it is higher. So it's a bit difficult to see. There's not much of a drawdown overall. But if we have a look at the floating profit and loss, it will make more sense, and you can see how small they have been so far. Floating profit is basically $90. We have another one here of 4. Here it is maximum 48, and then we have a couple of positives of 109, and also here we have 70. But we have a couple of ranges where we can show you in a bit more detail exactly the ups and downs, because FXBlue is not the right one. So let's jump over to that platform and have a closer look at it. So the platform we're on here now is actually MQL5, and we also linked our signal over here because there is quite a lot of things to get actually from this particular platform when it comes to drawdowns, deposit loads, things like this that FXBlue is not so good at displaying. But let's have a look at the graph itself. Again, here we see 35% so far. We can see the Blaze Market is the demo account, 1 to 200 leverage as we are running. And then you can see Algo Trading, basically it's running 100% by itself. Profitable trades, again, the same as what you have on FXBlue, 94.4. And then losing trades will obviously 5.6. Trade activity is 29%. And then also max deposit load so far is 11.3%, so extremely low. And maximum drawdown over here is 8.1%. That is what it has registered. Initial deposit is the 5,000 we saw here, and the profit is similar to FXBlue, so they are basically running in tandem for us. If we have a closer look at the graphs, because this one is a bit more graphical than what you see on FXBlue, which is why we like it so much. We can see that for the month of May we made 29%, and here for June we made 4.85%, and then you have the overall. You can even click the individual links here and you can see what it did month for month. So to give you a bit of an idea, and then back again on the full month. We can also see the balance in here, and again very, very close now, but this is where we have an interest in it. The equity curve itself, as you can see, there's a lot more detailed points on this particular one here than there would be on FXBlue, and equity is quite fine, as you can see in here, but the drawdown is the one we actually want to have a look at, and you can see that this has been marked up at 8.1%. And this was not started on the 1st of May. That's why we're missing a bit of the trading in the beginning. We have basically put it on since then. And you can see there's a lot more details exactly on how the drawdowns are behaving. You can see they are extremely low overall. And that is basically what we're looking for in the signal here itself. Now, if we go and look at the statistics up here, again, there's profitable trades. Everything is pretty much the same, but what we are looking at here is also the distribution. This is buy and sells that you have in here. You can see the currencies over here, Euro, Japanese, 14 deals. They're all made in buy. And then you can see the Aussie USD, it's all in sell. And a bit more graphical again here would be the symbols that you have. Again, currency pairs over here, gross profits that has been made. And then again, the blue one is the profits that has been made. The red ones is the losses. Luckily, this outweighs it by quite a lot. And you have the second one here, also in New Zealand, which is a bit more almost even. And you can see the rest of them have basically just made profits, no losses whatsoever. And again, the same thing you see here this time around. It's simply just in profits and pips. Now, if we go and have a look at the risk settings themselves, we click on this particular one. And again, you see the deposit load up here. So that is 11.3. And you can see as they are opening and closing trades, how things are going. And again, here we are only talking about 6-7% most of the time. And then you have the drawdown again down here, similar to what you saw before. And this is basically what we are trying to look at, establish, when we also are going to try and figure out exactly what lot size we want to run with these particular signals. So now that we have gone through all the technical details, the graphs, the analysis, you now understand exactly what the money tree is all about, and you can see what currencies we have done, what results we have gotten out so far. The next step would be to head over to expert4x.com, and this is basically the website where you can buy individual robots in here, but today we are interested in the copy link service and link to success. And as you can see here, there is a 14-day trial. So you can actually go in and try this one for free, see if this is something for you before you actually commit to anything. So if you click the link here, it will basically take you to link to success. And in here, there is a lot of details, information on exactly how this works, what type of accounts you should have, and also individual accounts, how well they have been doing. Again, some of the unrealistic expectations, position sizing, things like this is definitely something to take into consideration before you start. You can see the best monthly average gains. I can see we actually got a few in here. 129C has done quite well. Link 12, I believe, did very well in the beginning. Lot size is coming down. So you'll see that most of these are coming in to an area of maybe 25, 30%, and all the way down to here. We got a few more results. 83 is here. I see 74 is one of the most popular signals we have. 13.5% monthly average. There's another C here again, and another 197C. So quite a few of ours in here. And if you want to get started, this is definitely video you need to go and have a look at exactly how this has to be set up. We also have that video on the copy link service on our website, so you can go and find it there too. And then this week's accounts can be linked again. So a bit of information on this. I can see average monthly gains. 129C is our best one up here, apparently. Popular link accounts. Again, we have a few, 37, 100C, 36C is there, and I have a feeling that the Money3 accounts is also gonna come up here. Okay, there you go. And you have all the individual links and clicks here. So basically what you have to do is just click the blue links on the side here. Here's 129C again. It will take you to the FXBlue, so you can just see if the details that I have shown you here also today is the correct ones, if the link is the correct one. And apart from this, there is more guidance. And I noticed here just that Alex has already put on here the MT indication now, indicating that this is the Money3 EA. So he is getting things ready here over the weekend to make sure that you can actually trade with this sometime next week. And then you have more risk analysis information again on some of these accounts. I can see more of my accounts here, 55C, 107C, best equity gains in the last 2 weeks. Best gains in the last 8 weeks is also here. So 74C is up there again, 130 is also popping in, and more analysis and risk. So this is a different Excel sheet. You can download both of them in here. And again, you can see all the link numbers on here. You can click on them. It'll take you straight to the FXBlue site. And there is even more details and information on this particular site that you can go and read more about. And a few offers in here, especially if you are starting off with sent accounts. These are some of the details that could be important to you. So you should now have all the details and information on exactly how the Money3 operates, how we have set up the signals, what are part of the signals, and also what type of profits and drawdowns you can expect. We have also shown you here now exactly where you can go and find more details if you are interested in trading this particular signal here. Obviously, these are new signals. So, and obviously again here also, the EA Money3 here itself is a bit sensitive to broker selections. That is why we have it on the Blaze broker, because that is what the developers has basically told us that works best, and we can also see that. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to also have a Blaze broker account. We do believe that this will work on other brokers here also, but obviously we cannot test all the individual brokers that are out there. So the best thing you can actually do is take your favorite broker, set up a demo account, and try and trade this one for as long as you need in order to feel comfortable. And you can always have a look at the trades that has been done on your demo account up against our FXBlue accounts on our website. You can go in and have a look to see if they match, if you have a similar profits. What is the slippage compared to what we have in here, and that way you can basically decide if you want to go live and trade with real money at the end of the day. And obviously on that website you can find the 2 rings you have in here, and that is also a good idea. If you can't exactly remember what I told you, that the medium risk is 139C. You can go and click that particular link. It will take you to the FXBlue site and you can actually read it right there. Or the high risk one is 140C. Again, you can go and click it there, and also just make sure that is the same one you're linking up to with the EXPERT4X. Now, this is obviously not investment or trading advice. It is entirely up to you if you want to go and join these things in here. We have already told you what you need to do before you even start trading with real money. Alex and EXPERT4X have even more things in there, and there's also things you have to click to make sure that You and you alone are responsible for your own trading, and that's why we have tried to provide you as much information as possible on how we set the things up, how we do things. And obviously, if you go through all our video material on the money tree, you will see all the different steps we have gone through and why we have gotten to this particular point here now. So I hope this has been very helpful in order to determine how the money tree is actually working, how you get the most out of it, and obviously also give you an option to go in and maybe trade this one on a copy link service, or even do it for yourself in the future. So I hope to see you on one of my next videos. Bye-bye.